kepada kami, maka kembalikanlah semula kepada kami saat kami memerlukannya. Ampunkanlah dosa kami, dosa kedua ibu bapa kami, dosa guru-guru kami dan seluruh umat Islam. Lengkapkanlah budi pekerti kami, sempurnakanlah usaha kami. Jadikanlah kami qanaah terhadap rezeki pemberianmu dan jangan biarkan hati kami terpedaya oleh apa yang engkau hindarkan daripada kami. Allahumma ja'al jam'ana haza jam'an marhuma wa tafarruqana min ba'dihi tafarruqan ma'suma. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azaban nar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Amin, amin ya rabbal alamin. Thank you to Muhammad Nur Hadi bin Zulkarnain for the recitation of dua just now. Dear teachers and friends, we are glad that our beloved principal Puan Adilah binti Kadir is here with us. Now I would like to invite Puan Adilah binti Kadir to deliver her speech. The floor is yours, madam. Please welcome.
Terima kasih diucapkan kepada Noralia selaku pengacara program kita pada malam ini. Baik, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. Salam SMK, SPP Champions buat yang berusaha, Cikgu Muhammad Rozali selaku kita punya guru kecemerlangan PT3 SMK Seri Pulai Perdana. Ada bersama kita juga Cikgu Nur Azlin. Saya nampak tadi ada Cikgu Amhani bersama-sama dengan kita, para guru kalau ada barisan penolong kanan, barisan ketua-ketua bidang, guru-guru, serta yang paling penting ialah anak-anak pelajar tingkatan 3 yang kita raikan pada hari ini. Syukur Alhamdulillah kerana dengan limpah dan kurnianya kita dapat bersama-sama dalam program kecemerlangan yang dianjurkan oleh unit kecemerlangan PT3 dan juga unit bimbingan dan kaunseling yang akan berlangsung, yang sedang berlangsung daripada hari semalam sampailah ke hari Khamis nanti insya-Allah, dengan beberapa siri mata pelajaran yang telah disusun rapi oleh unit kecemerlangan dan juga unit bimbingan dan kaunseling. Jadi tahniah dan terima kasih saya ucapkan kepada jawatan kuasa program kecemerlangan yang dianjurkan pada untuk minggu ini, sepanjang minggu ini, serta yang paling penting ialah terima kasih kepada penyertaan anak-anak yang saya rasa saya lihat begitu bersemangat. Semalam saya dikabarkan ada 190 lebih penyertaan. Betul Cikgu Rozali? Hari ini pun kita harapkan penyertaannya betul hari ini kita harapkan penyertaannya akan semakin bertambah lah dengan berkat war-war daripada rakan-rakan yang telah menyertai program ini daripada semalam. Jadi terima kasih sekali lagi saya ucapkan atas kehadiran anak-anak dalam program ini. Kenapa kita kena menyertai program ini? Kenapa? Sebab sebagai salah satu cara ataupun sebagai salah satu langkah untuk persediaan kita menduduki pentaksiran setara standard yang diadakan oleh di seluruh Malaysia sebenarnya di seluruh Malaysia yang sepatutnya diadakan bermula pada minggu ini, tapi di peringkat negeri Johor kita anjakkan pentaksiran setara standard ini kita anjakkan bermula daripada 28 hari bulan 11, maknanya bermula daripada minggu depan sampailah berakhir 9 hari bulan 12. Kenapa panjang? Sebabnya kita sekolah secara bergilir-gilir. Kenapa pentingnya pentaksiran setara standard ni untuk anak-anak pelajar tingkatan 3, kita nak guna pakai pentaksiran setara standard ni, dia punya keputusan peperiksaannya akan kita guna pakai untuk anak-anak memilih nanti package tingkatan 4. Saya kira mungkin Cikgu Aminah dah ada sentuh semalam, tapi Cikgu nak ulang juga kerana ini sebagai satu cara untuk kita meletakkan anak-anak dalam package pemilihan tingkatan 4 selain daripada PBD yang ditaksir oleh cikgu sepanjang pengajaran pembelajaran, sama ada di dalam sesi PDPR ataupun PDPC, dan juga ujian psikometrik. Kita guna pakai untuk meletakkan anak-anak dalam semasa di tingkatan 4 nanti, pemilihan elektif. Jadi cikgu harapkan peluang yang ada ini, sebab saya dimaklumkan oleh Cikgu Rozali, program ini diadakan untuk memberi ruang kepada guru-guru menyampaikan teknik menjawab. Teknik menjawab dan juga memberikan topik-topik tudingan untuk anak-anak bersedia bagi menduduki pentaksiran setara standard yang akan diadakan nanti. Jadi gunakanlah peluang yang ada ini untuk anak-anak menjawab sebaik mungkin. Sebaik mungkin. Janganlah buat perkara menjawab soalan secara sambil lewa. Jadi kita utamakan masa yang ada ni kita gunakan untuk mengulang kaji ataupun mendengar semua tips-tips yang telah diberikan yang telah dan akan diberikan oleh guru-guru nanti. Jadi gunakan, manfaatkan masa yang ada ini untuk mendapatkan tips-tips tersebut supaya kita nanti boleh menjawab soalan-soalan dengan lebih yakin. Sebab saya rasa semua orang maklum bahawa manusia ni, tak ada manusia dekat dunia ini yang boleh berjaya dengan tanpa melakukan apa-apa. Okey, tanpa melakukan apa-apa, dengan mensia-siakan waktu contohnya, dengan mensia-siakan waktu. So orang yang berjaya mesti bijak menggunakan masa, bijak menggunakan waktu. So kebijaksanaan manusia ni ditentukan oleh akal dia, oleh akal fikirannya. So semua orang ada akal. So kita gunakanlah akal kita dengan sebaik mungkin. Kita setkan dalam minda kita, dalam akal kita yang kita hendak berjaya. So hendak berjaya. Kalau kita berfikir kita hendak berjaya, kita fokus kepada kejayaan yang kita nak capai, insya-Allah kita akan bertindak menjurus kepada kejayaan yang kita hendak capai. Okey? Sebab tu akal ni penting dalam banyak-banyak ni akal, sebab akal ini akan mengawal tindakan. Jadi gunakanlah masa yang ada, peluang yang ada dengan anak-anak memanfaatkan ilmu yang diberikan oleh cikgu-cikgu nanti. Jadi untuk cikgu pun sebenarnya tak nak bercakap panjang sebab lepas ni ada lagi tips-tips yang akan diberikan oleh guru-guru dalam dalam program ini. Jadi ingatan sekali lagi, so jangan sambil lewa. Gunakan masa yang ada ini untuk mendapatkan sebanyak mungkin ilmu yang ada, input-input yang diberikan oleh guru-guru nanti. Jadi cikgu kira itu sahaja untuk malam ini. Jadi cikgu serahkan semula kepada Nur Alia. Sekian, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillah, what a wonderful speech by Puan Adilah binti Kadir. Teachers and friends, as we all know, motivation is the process that initiates, guides, and maintains goal-oriented behaviors. It is what causes you to act, whether it is getting a glass of water to reduce thirst or reading a book to gain knowledge. Motivation involves the biological, emotional, social, and cognitive forces that activate behavior. In every usage, the term motivation is frequently used to describe why a person does something. It is the driving force behind human actions. Now, without further ado, I would like to invite Cikgu Najdah to deliver her speech as an eye-opener to all of us.
Okay, thank you to Nur Alia as our MC. Okay, saya tukar ke bahasa Melayu lah ya. Tak berapa pandai sangat nak bahasa Inggeris macam Alia. Terlalu fasih. Okay, untuk slot motivasi ni saya sekejap sajalah sebab tempat Cikgu Aida pun dah ada. Boleh Kak Lin tunjukkan video tu tak?
Okey, kejap.
Ada suara tak?
Ada.
Ada Boleh nampak jelas
Tak ada suara Cikgu Najda.
Ha?
Tak ada suara.
Tak ada suara
Mm-mm.
Okey, tak apa. Dia sebenarnya music ni sekejap saja, tapi yang penting pelajar boleh lihat tadi potensi diri kan. Okey, sebenarnya itu adalah satu gambaran askar dia punya latihan macam mana dia boleh buat satu persatu. Jadi tak mustahil lah seorang pelajar untuk berjaya sebenarnya. Okey. Jadi walaupun awak rasa macam susah untuk berjaya untuk dapat banyak A, sebenarnya awak boleh buat, okey? Dan cikgu-cikgu kita boleh bantu sebenarnya. Sebab tu kita datangkan cikgu-cikgu yang hebat daripada sekolah awak sendiri. Okey, faham semua ya pelajar? Okey, macam tadi ada beberapa perkara yang ditulis kat situ, boleh lihat potensi diri, okey? Mengenali bakat semula jadi masing-masing. Okey? Lepas ni kita dengar apa yang Cikgu Aida akan ceritalah untuk subjek bahasa Inggeris. Okey, itu saja daripada saya. Terima kasih. Saya serahkan kepada Nur Alia semula ya.
Thank you so much, Cikgu Najda. Dear friends, do not forget to fill in your attendance for tonight. You can get the link in the chat box. It is also for the lucky draw, so please don't miss it. Teachers will also do some observation to select the most active students during our session, so please grab the opportunity. Teachers and fellow friends, I know for sure you don't want to keep waiting. I know everyone is anxious for our English workshop. So now, I would like to invite Ms. Nur Aida Daud to share some tips and tricks in answering English paper for our Form 3 standardized examination. My dear friends, do not forget your pen and papers to jot any important notes during sharing session. Please welcome Ms. Aida.
Okay, so everyone, good evening, everyone. So, boleh dengar suara tak?
Boleh Cikgu Aida, boleh.
Boleh Cikgu, boleh,
Can
clear.
continue. Okay, so alright, so as promised for tonight, we are going to look into the English paper. Okay, so especially for your examination this end of the year, which you will be sitting for starting from next week. Okay, so let me share you my slides. Okay, so the problem is with my slides, something went wrong with my computer, so some of the slides disappeared. Okay, tapi I will try my best to explain what is missing lah in the slides. Okay, jap. Saya dah lupa dah guna Google ni. Share window. Alright, so this one, okay, English workshop. Okay, Form 3. Okay, so because I don't have a picture, I give you a picture of a cat. So if you can see the cat, okay, congratulations, you have very good eyes. Siapa yang tak nampak kucing tu, carilah kucing. Sementara saya bagi introduction. So what you are going to do for today, for tonight is I'm going to give you some briefing on your reading, your end of the year examinations punya paper. So which consists of two parts, which is the reading and also the writing. So it is not basically just the reading paper that you are going to be sitting for. There is also one more part which is writing, which kamu akan kena tulis juga essay, okay, untuk paper right, apa ni, the end of the year exam ni. Okay, dah jumpa kucing. Jumpa ni kucingnya kat atas ni besar. Okay, hebat mata kamu kalau jumpa. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, so this one I cannot share my screen fully because I probably will not be able to see the Google Meet lah after if I share the screen, whole screen. Okay, so next. Okay, so tonight's agenda. Okay, so if kalau sempat, we will be talking about doing this bengkel into 3 parts. Okay, separating it into 3 parts, which is the first one. We are going to talk about the reading section. Okay, the parts included in the exam because basically for the reading paper there are actually 5 parts. However, for this end of the year exam, we only include only 4 parts of the reading paper. Okay, so next, number 2 is the writing section. Okay, so what will come out is the note expansion. I will give you a briefing on how you are going to answer this part, and then last but not least is the marking scheme for the writing. So you will be able to know how your essays will be marked and how your papers and how you are going to get your what you call the points lah. Okay, markah kamu untuk writing. Okay, setakat ni okay saya kalau if I am talking too fast, so can you please stop me, sebab saya kadang-kadang saya suka cakap laju-laju. Okay, so let's go to the first section, okay, which is the reading section. So for reading section, you are going to answer 4 parts. Okay, so basically if you have already answered the pentaksiran pertengahan tahun, you will have already seen this format before. Okay, especially when from Form 1, Form 2, okay, now you are in Form 3. Basically kalau boleh rasanya kamu tahulah dia punya format dia macam mana. Okay, so for the first part is the short text MCQs. Okay, so you are going to read short text and going to choose the best answers A, B or C. Okay, so for the second part is going to be the error correction. Okay, ini bahagian yang agak susah because you are going to fix grammatical mistakes that are in the text. Okay, so the grammatical mistakes have been underlined for you, so you have to change it into the correct grammar lah. Okay, so the third one is the short answer question. So basically this one is the reading comprehension. You are going to read a longer text, okay, and you have to answer question, okay, based on the text given. So there are several rules that you have to obey for the short answer question. And last but not least, you have the gap text. Okay, so gap text is you are going to complete missing information whereby some sentences have been taken out from the text and then you have to put it back in. So there's only 4, which means there is one missing that you will not be tested for this test, which is the information transfer. Rasanya information transfer tak masuk dalam kamu punya exam paper untuk tahun ini. Okay, so boleh so only 4 parts. Okay, so each part I think there are 6 to 8 questions. Okay, so overall for the reading paper you are going to get over 30 marks. Okay, so basically your examination is 1 hour and 30 minutes. Try to spend 1 hour for your reading and another half an hour for your writing. Okay, so dalam masa 15 minutes lah for each part. Okay, so if you have any questions, try to type it in the chat box and I will try to answer if I can. Okay, so let's go to one by one. Okay, so the first one is the short text MCQ. Okay, so for this one, you are given short text and you have to read them for information and then you have to identify which answer option is the best. Okay, so these short text MCQs include messages, advertisement, emails, conversations, news, and so on. So basically, it does not exceed 100 words. Okay, 100 words. You have to read it and you have to understand it, what it wants. And then you have to read the text, okay? Read the question and answer the question. So how you are going to do this is, number 1, okay, the first thing that you should do is to read the text and get the general idea of what it is about. Okay, so baca saja, try fahamkan. Kalau tak faham perkataan pun, biarkan dahulu, kamu baca apa yang kamu rasa kamu faham. Okay, so number 2, what you need to do is you need to read and underline the keywords in the answer option. So you look at the question, look at the answer option, underline any keywords that you think has something to do with the text, okay, that you have read. Okay, boleh Alright, so third thing that you should do is that you look for similar information of the words you underline in the text and also in the answers. Okay, biasanya dia akan what you call, sometimes, okay, you have to be careful because sometimes it uses the same words, however dia dah tukar dia punya the meaning. Okay, it can be meaning dia dah terbalik dah. So jadi kamu kena pastikan kamu baca betul-betul lah. Okay, and fourth thing, if you do not know how to, which answer you should pick first, try to eliminate the answers. Okay, first eliminate the answers that have no similarities to the text. Yang memang betul-betul kamu tahu memang tak betul dia punya jawapan, kamu buang dulu. And then you just focus on the two options, and then you have to try to pick one, the best. Okay, the best from the answer options. So this one I think sangat senang. Kalau kamu tak faham pun kamu try lah, try to find the best one, okay, that you think is the answer. Okay, so short text MCQ, okay, full marks lah, senang saja. Okay, okay, so next you are going to do error correction. So this is the part 2, okay, error correction. So this one you have to fix grammatical mistakes for the underlined words. So there are 8 underlined words and you have to fix all the grammar. Okay, so how you are going to read it, how you are going to answer it. Okay, so first you have to read the text quickly and get the general understanding of the idea, okay, what it is about. So if you read the text over here, okay, contohnya, okay, so this is about cycling, okay, and bacalah apa yang ada tentang basikal tersebut. Okay, so cycling. Okay, so number 2, what you need to do is you have to reread the sentences with the errors. Okay, baca sentences yang ada error, yang digaris-gariskan ni, and try to think of the type of grammar mistakes they have. Okay, so you have to remember that the mistakes are only grammatical. Okay, ada kesalahan tata bahasa. Dia tak ada kesalahan spelling, tak ada kesalahan perkataan. Dia kesalahan tata bahasa only. Okay, so grammatical mistakes only. Okay, not spelling, not vocabulary. So you cannot change. Okay, so for example, nampak nombor 6 tak? Okay, nombor 6 wheel. Okay, wheel ni roda. Okay, kamu tak boleh tiba-tiba tukar jadi bulatan. Okay, or you want to change it into circle, for example. Okay, so do not change the whole vocabulary. You can only change the grammar. The grammar can be a lot. It can be adjectives, it can be prepositions, it can be nouns, it can be pronouns. So kalau dalam bahasa Melayu, kata sifat, kata adjective, kata apa tah, semualah. Okay, so those are all the grammar. Okay, so how you are going to answer this? Okay, so you have to look for clues in the sentence itself or in the sentences before and after, especially when you are answering the words that had to do with tenses. Okay, tenses, past tense, present tense, future tense. You have to look at the sentences before and after, okay, for you to get the overall tenses for the text. Okay, kalau contohnya dekat sini dia cakap my name is Ahmad, so you can see is over here. Is present tense. Okay, so which means everything else should be in present tense. So you have over here I have, this one is present tense. Okay, everywhere I have wanted to go. Okay, have wanted, this one is present namanya, present perfect tense. Okay, so become is present tense. So basically if you look at the first sentence, you will get the general tenses for the whole text. Okay, jadi baca semua sekali. Baca semua. Jangan kamu tengok dia punya perkataan yang digariskan. Because sometimes the clues comes from the sentences before and sometimes from the sentences after. Okay, kadang-kadang dia ada dalam sentence yang sama. Okay, so clues ada. Okay, cuba betulkan dia punya grammar mistakes. Okay, so lajulah saya cakap. Okay, tak apa. Okay, next. Okay, so for this one, I think your teachers have already given you some tips and clues on how to change the grammar mistakes. Okay, so for example, if you have modal verbs, okay, modal verbs such as can, could, would, shall, will, apa lagi, must, and so on. Okay, after that, if the word is underlined, okay, everything should be in base form. Okay, you don't have the ing, you don't have the s, you don't have the ed, and so on. Okay, and also there are groups of words, okay, that you can choose from. Okay, contohnya kalau digariskan. Okay, so for example, apple, digariskan, so you know that the group of words that you can change into is and also the. Okay, dia adalah group article. Okay, so for example, adjectives, okay, high, higher, highest. Okay, so you know which the rules that you need to, the rules that is, penat, sekejap, okay. The rules for those type of adjectives, either it is comparative, superlative. Kalau comparative, when you compare two things, biasanya ada perkataan than. Okay, so for example, my car is bigger than yours. So if you have the comparative, the ER, okay, ER for the adjective, you have to find the word than. Kalau tak ada than, which means it has to be something else. Okay, and also the EST, highest, for example, highest, lowest, fattest, and so on. EST, you have to find that the word the must be in front of the adjective. Okay, so for example, I have the longest pencil in class. I have the biggest car in the universe. Okay, so for example, it's like that. Okay, so the mesti dengan EST. So yang saya bagi tu adalah just some general grammar rules lah. Okay, so I think your teachers have also given you some rules for you to consider, okay, when doing this error correction. Okay, so nak list down, saya dah list down dah beberapa, tapi bila laptop saya hang hilang. Okay, so sorry, so sorry. Okay, so I cannot give you some the tips. Okay, next. Okay, so we go to short answer questions. Okay, so this is part 3, sorry. Okay, part 3 of your exam question. Okay, so this one, you are given a text, okay, basically around 200 to 300 words, okay, tak panjang sangat, tak pendek sangat. So it is enough for you to answer some question, okay. So it will be testing your understanding of a longer text. Kamu faham ataupun tidak teks tersebut yang diberikan. So how you are going to answer this? Okay, so basically there is one thing that you need to remember when you're answering short answer questions is the limit of words that you can put as your answer. Okay, berapa limit dia agak-agak? So for siapa tahu limit answer?
3.
3 or 5, teacher.
3 or 5. 3 words. Okay, 3 words is for information transfer. Okay, however for short text question it's 5. Yes, okay, 5 question. 5. The limit is 5 words for short answer question. Okay, jangan kamu terlebih. If for example your answer is there, okay, you have written the correct answer, however kamu tertambah satu lagi perkataan jadi 6 perkataan, your answer will still be wrong. Okay, so please do not write full sentences, do not write more than 5 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sahaja. Okay, jangan lebih daripada 5. Okay, so short answer question. How you're going to do this? Okay, so basically before reading the text, okay, biasanya kamu abaikan dulu teks tersebut. Okay, because you are what you call mengejar masa, you are you have limited time to answer your paper, so just go straight to the question. Okay, you underline the keywords in the question first. So read the question, okay, read through the question, underline the keywords. What are the things that you think will come out in the text? Okay, jadi kalau kamu tengok dia punya soalan, you can actually make a guess what the topic is about. Okay, so before reading the text, tengok dia punya soalan dulu. Okay, and underline the keywords. Okay, only then after you have underlined the keywords, you go and read the text carefully. Okay, yang ini kamu kena baca betul-betul lah, because sometimes you will make, if you skip any details, you probably will change the meaning of the question or meaning of the answer options. Okay, jadi kamu kena baca teks betul-betul dari awal sampai akhir without worrying about new vocabulary. So which means baca-baca ini tak faham, ni tak faham, ni tak faham, ni tak faham, abaikan dahulu. So the first thing that you need to do is just read carefully, okay, just to get the general idea of what the text is about. Okay, so avoid worrying about the new vocabulary, because sometimes the new vocabulary, the words that you don't know, you can actually guess the meaning based on the sentences and also the other words that other clues that you can find in the paragraph. Okay, okay, so as you read the text, okay, sambil-sambil membaca, you have to note down the main idea or topic for each paragraph. So over here is senang, dia dah bagi what you call the subtopic, okay? The subtopic dia dah bagi. So basically you know, okay, so this paragraph is about parents, this paragraph is about school counselors and so on. Okay, so sometimes dia tak bagi subtopic macam ni, dia terus bagi satu teks kosong saja without the subtopics. Okay, so for over here, as you read the text, just conteng saja kertas soalan kamu. Okay, just note down whatever it is that you think the text is the paragraph, each paragraph is about. Okay, so you have to jot down the main idea and topic for each paragraph. Okay, boleh Okay, so after you have read all the text, okay, only then you go back to the question, okay, and identify which paragraph the information is in. So kamu dah buat kan yang pertama ni, you have underlined the keywords and then, okay, so when you go back to the question, you can actually get the, what I call the clues in where you can find the answers from the paragraph. Jadi ini sebenarnya menyelamatkan masa. It saves your time, okay? Bukan selamatkan. Okay, so it saves time, okay? Saves time, so which means you don't have to read through the text 2-3 kali. Okay, so baca soalan dulu, baca teks, abaikan perkataan yang kamu tak tahu because sometimes tak berguna pun. And then note down each paragraph is about what it is about. Pergi balik dekat soalan, jawab soalan. Okay, so basically harap-harap kamu boleh faham lah. Okay, so hopefully you can do this. Okay, well, so just remember jangan lebih daripada 5 perkataan. Okay, so this one. Okay, so there is one more which is gap text pun sama, hang, tiba-tiba hilang. Okay, so gap text, okay, because there is no slide for that one. Okay, so gap text is basically you are given the text and several sentences have been taken out from the text. Okay, so these sentences it is placed in several options. Okay, ada 6 dikeluarkan yang diberi pada kamu. Okay, yang diberi pada kamu 8. Okay, so 6 dikeluarkan, 8 kamu diberikan. Okay, so for this one you have to choose the best the best sentences to be inserted into the gap of the gap text, okay, of the text. Okay, untuk yang ini, bahagian yang ini, you just read the sentences before and read the sentences after and try to figure out the keywords, okay, that you can actually find from these sentences for you to choose the best sentence to be placed inside the text. Boleh faham tak apa yang saya cakap? Hopefully boleh lah, okay. So laju sangat ke? Okay, so that is gap text, okay. Okay, basically cari cari ayat yang rasa kamu sesuai, masukkan saja dalam kamu punya teks tersebut, okay. Berdasarkan clue-clue yang diberi sebelum, dalam ayat sebelum dan juga ayat selepas. Okay. Okay, so this one is basically the gist of the reading section. Okay, so my advice is that you kind of try to finish it in 1 hour because you have only 1 hour and 30 minutes. Save the 30 minutes for your writing. Okay, so ini kamu jawab kalau boleh kurang daripada sejam. Sejam. Okay, so just for your information, try to, you will be given 1 answer sheet. Okay, 1 answer sheet. So can you please transfer all of your answers ke dalam kertas jawapan kamu. Ada satu helai kertas jawapan yang akan diberikan. Okay, transfer all your answers to the answer sheet. Okay. Okay, so this one is the exam paper. Okay, for reading. Okay, so next. Okay, baru 10 minit. Okay, kita akan teruskan dengan writing. Okay, so writing, what you are going to do is the exam, is the note expansion. Jap, saya share lain. Okay, so note expansion. Okay, yang ini. Okay, so this is basically an example lah. Okay, so this one. Okay, so if it's the writing, what you call writing paper. Okay, basically you actually have to write 2 essays. Okay, part 1 which is the email and part 2 which is the note expansion. However, dalam kertas soalan kamu part 1 tak ada. Kita akan bagi kamu soalan untuk part 2. Okay, so part 2. Okay, read this carefully. Ini dapat Sekejap. Okay, so part 2, 20 marks. Okay, markah untuk karang kamu adalah 20 markah. Macam mana kita bagi markah tersebut nanti saya akan bagi tahu. So for over here, you should spend about 35 minutes. Okay, 30 to 35 minutes for this part. Okay. So basically, this is the situation. Okay, you are given one situation and you are given this type of bubble map. Okay, so the situation basically it gives you that you have been talking with people and you have been talking to your friends and so on about something. Okay, it is a topic that you have to write about. Okay, so ini yang kamu kena penting yang kamu kena baca in about 120 words. Okay, 120 words. Try to keep in this range. Okay, so if you write about 100 to 140, 150, okay lagi lah. Jangan terlalu panjang kamu punya karangan sampai 300 perkataan. Because the more that you make, the more that you write, the more mistakes that you do. Okay, so try to be nice, short, sweet, simple, 120 words. Okay, about around that word. Okay, around this word. Okay, so you are going to write something. Okay, so satu lagi perkara yang kamu kena what you call alert is the type of essays that you are going to write. Okay, so this one typically says an essay. Okay, sometimes it can say an article. Okay, sometimes it can say a recount. Recount ni adalah ceritakan balik. Okay, so sometimes it asks you to write a report and so on, etc., etc. So try to read. Baca dia punya soalan, dia nak kamu tulis apa sebenarnya. Okay. So if it's an essay, which means it's just a karangan bebas. Okay. You can write in any format. Okay. Kalau essay sahaja. Okay. So topic dah ada letak dekat atas ni. Rubric. And also sometimes the topic is given in the middle of the bubble map over here. Okay. So. Okay. So this is the type of notes that you are given. Dia tak akan bagi kamu isi penting specifically. Okay, there is no specific content points that you have to write about. However, it will give you some tips or some advice on what the things that you can put inside your essay. Okay, so for example, it will give you WH question, okay, for you to answer, for you to think of the content that you can put inside your essay. Okay, so for example, if it is about a person you admire most, okay, how does it look? How does the person look like? Okay, what over here? Okay, what are their achievement? Where? Okay, do you see? Why do you like the person? What are the quality? Who the person is, and so on. So all the WH question, okay, dia akan bagi. So your task for this one. Your task for this one. Okay, so how you are going to answer this? Okay, so saya bagi just a briefing lah. Okay, sebab saya tahu cikgu-cikgu kamu semua dah hebat. Dia dah ajar macam mana nak buat essay. Okay, steps in writing ada 4 perkara. Okay, menulis ada 4 perkara. Okay, the first one is brainstorming. Okay, so basically brainstorming is that you pour out everything that you know about the question. Okay, dia punya apa ni? Apa yang kamu tahu, perkataan-perkataan yang kamu tahu, benda yang kamu rasa kamu boleh what you call elaborate in your essay. Okay, mengikut dia punya what you call all this bubble map. Okay, the bubbles in the map over here. So for example, who is the person? Okay, so you can actually cabangkan lagi lah. Okay, expand your notes over here. Who is the person? It can be your father, your mother, and so your sister, and so on. How does the person look like? Okay, it can be physically, mentally, the way she dressed, the way her hair looks, and so on. Okay, the achievement contribution. Okay, kembangkan lagi isi apa yang kamu kamu rasa boleh masukkan dalam punya essay. Okay, so where over here, why? Jadi keluarkan semua perkataan-perkataan yang kamu tahu. Okay, antara guna ataupun tak guna, lain cerita. Keluarkan saja. Okay, so kalau boleh, in your question paper, just conteng saja. Penuhkan saja kamu punya kertas soalan ini. So that you, when you are stuck at some point, okay, in what you call, in writing the essay, you can actually get some bits and parts over here and there for you to make a sentence, okay, a complete sentence for your essay. Okay, after brainstorming, selepas kamu dah keluarkan semua idea, dah curahkan semua idea, the next thing is you have to organize your idea. Okay, so organizing ideas is a bit different, okay, when you have this different types of essays. Okay, so for example, if it is an article and a report, usually the organizations macam ni sajalah. Okay, so dia akan, one paragraph is about how the person look, the one paragraph about the achievement contribution. Okay, another paragraph is about the positive qualities and so on. Dia dah dia dah cabangkan ikut kesesuaian perenggan. Okay, isi dengan perenggan. Okay, so however, if it is a recount, okay, a recount over here, you have to actually make another mind map, okay, which is the flowchart. Okay, ingat lagi tak flowchart? Tahu tak flowchart ni macam mana? Okay, so for example, day 1, pagi buat apa? Petang buat apa? Malam buat apa? Day 2. Okay, day 2 and then day 3 and so on. So that is a flowchart. So you start with day 1, you end with day 4. Okay, so kadang-kadang dia tanya, how do you feel? What did you do? Where did you go? So over here, when you cabang-cabangkan, sometimes in one paragraph, you can actually combine what, how, where dengan why. Okay, so for example like that. So this one, organizing ideas, it is based on the type of essay that you get. Okay, so recount ni, flowchart, kalau article report and also an essay, inilah dia punya organization of ideas. Okay, so why do you need to organize your ideas? So that bila pembaca or when the examiner reads your essay, okay, dia punya flow tu, the flow of your essay can be read very, very smoothly. Okay, dia tak tersekat-tersekat, tak terlompat-lompat. Okay, isi dia. Okay, so organizing idea is very important. Third thing that you need to do is writing. Okay, so writing, when you have organized the idea, start writing. Okay, so start writing, you start with the introduction and then you have the body and also ending you have the conclusion. Okay, writing. Okay, last but not least, yang ini biasanya kamu lupa, which is the editing. Okay, so editing, even though if you cannot, make any more changes to your essay, at least can you please look at your spelling. Okay, spelling. And if you can, please look at your grammar also. Okay, boleh Okay, jap. Okay, so setakat ni ada soalan tak? Tak ada soalan, okay.
Ada beberapa soalan yang mereka tulis di chat ni.
Okay.
Sekejap tadi teacher daripada Jaya Lashmi, teacher, we have paper 2 on this exam. Soalan dia.
Okay, paper 2 no, you have only one paper which combines both reading dengan writing. So satu paper 1.5 jam, dua-dua akan ditanya. So tak ada separate papers. Okay, boleh?
Okay, teacher from Naufal Hakim, teacher, isi dalam peterminda tu memang wajib kena guna semua ke?
Sorry, minum air jap. Okay.
Silakan.
Alright, so jap Okay, isi wajib ataupun tidak? Okay, so isi, is it compulsory for you to do it or not? You have to refer to this line. Okay, sometimes it may use. Okay, when it says may use, nak guna boleh, tak nak guna pun tak apa. So for example, yang ini kamu tak tahu langsung. Okay, what are the achievement and contributions? You have no idea what it is about. Tak faham langsung, buang saja. Okay, buang saja benda ni. Explain the rest, explain the others. But do not try to at least use half or 3/4. Okay, 3/4. Kalau ini ada 6, kalau boleh 4. Kamu tolong kembangkan 4 isi. Jangan kamu buang semua, tinggalkan 1-2 saja. Okay, so when you use may, nak guna boleh, tak guna pun tak apa. However, sometimes it says must. Ini biasa SPM lah ni. Okay, tahun depan kamu akan hadap. Sometimes it use must. When you say it says must, wajib guna. Okay, however for PT3, okay, form 1, form 2, form 3, usually it says may. Either you want to use it or you don't want to use it, it's up to you. Okay, boleh
Okay, next question from Nur Umaira. Teacher, in one paragraph, how many lines?
How many lines? It depends on how you want to write. Okay, so Basically, in the first paragraph, the introduction and also the conclusion, 3 to 4 lines, 3 to 4 sentences is enough. Kadang-kadang 2 sentences for the introduction pun dah okay dah. Okay. However, kalau dalam body, it is up to you. Okay. As long as you separate the content points perfectly lah. Okay. Kadang-kadang in some paragraph you can write until 8 lines. Okay, another paragraph, the next paragraph you write only 3 lines. Okay, so itulah. Okay, ikut kepada kamu punya isi. Okay, kalau banyak isi, panjanglah perangan kamu. Kalau sikit isi, perangan kamu pendek. Macam tu. Okay. Alright, so.
Okay, from Pritika, only 1 essay or 2 teacher?
Okay, 1 essay.
Dan berapa markah untuk ini dan direspon oleh Syami 20 markah. Is it true?
Yes, it is 20 marks. Okay, after this, after I explain this, nanti saya akan tunjukkan macam mana kamu dapat markah tersebut. Okay, senang saja. Untuk PT3, 20 out of 20, petik jari. Okay, so.
Okay, itu saja setakat ni soalan.
Alright.
Cikgu.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you Cikgu Azlin. Okay, 1 esei ataupun 2 esei. Biasanya kalau paper, kalaulah terjadi yang kamu kena jawab PT3 sebenar, kamu sepatutnya ada 4 paper. Bahasa Inggeris ada 4 paper sebenarnya. You have the reading, writing, speaking and listening. However, sebab kamu tak ada PT3, kamu ada exam akhir tahun saja, satu saja, combine paper, writing dengan reading. Okay, so only 1 paper. Okay, boleh Okay, so next. Rasanya okay rasanya. For essays, writing essays, kalau saya cakap banyak-banyak pun tak guna sebab I think your teachers are more proficient than me in giving you the tips on how you are going to write a good essay. Okay. Takut saya bagi ilmu yang lain pula daripada yang cikgu kamu bagi. Okay, so this one is.
There's one more question.
Okay.
Miss, if we add more than a proverb in our essay, boleh? More than 1?
Yes, you can actually. Okay. So, ni ada proverb, you mean proverb, idioms and such like. Okay, so boleh sebenarnya tapi saya, there is a warning actually. Okay, one warning which is, okay nanti saya bincangkan dalam kamu punya what you call pemakahan. Sebab kadang-kadang idioms, proverbs and so on boleh diletakkan, kadang-kadang tak boleh diletakkan. Okay, nanti saya akan bagi tahu masa pemakahan nanti. Okay, so rasanya kalau ada apa-apa pasal essay ni, kamu tanyalah kamu punya cikgu bahasa Inggeris. Okay. Okay, so last, okay, for tonight, I'm going to give you the, what you call, cara pemakahan ni. Cara pemakahan ni pun cikgu, kat mana ya saya simpan? Okay, this one, cara pemakahan. Okay, so this one is the assessment criteria. Okay, so you are going to get 20 marks. Okay, it is over 20 marks for your essays. Each mark is separated. The marks are separated into 4 parts, which is the content, the communicative achievement, the organization, and the language over here. Okay, so this is how you are going to be assessed. So jangan takut kalau kamu ada isi tapi language kamu tunggang langgang. Okay. Grammar ke laut, okay, spelling tak apa, tapi kamu ada content, you can still get content 5, language ni, maka dia kurang lah. So which means these criteria, okay, this criteria dia tak ada kaitan dengan antara satu sama lain. Kadang-kadang kamu boleh dapat 5, tiba-tiba language ni kamu dapat 1. Okay, sebab tahulah sebab, okay, kenapa language tu kamu dapat 1. Okay, so these are the criteria. Okay, the first one is the content. Okay, content 5 marks. Okay, what you need to do to get you 5 marks is you have to make sure that your content is relevant. Okay, relevant. Which means kalau dia tanya pasal a person that you admire and then tiba-tiba kamu bercerita tentang kereta saya. Okay, or another example about your holiday, for example, dia tak relevant. Which means content ni terus 0. Okay. The thing is about your PT3 punya pemakahan, yang paling penting yang kamu perlu tahu, jangan sesekali memorize an essay. Because once the content tak ada relevancy, it has no relation to the question, kamu macam terkeluar topik sama sekali, If the content is 0, everything else is 0. Okay, itu saja. Okay, ya itu saja yang efek kepada pemakaran yang lain. Kalau content is 0, the rest is 0. Okay, so make sure that the content has relevancy to the topic. Okay, mesti ada kaitan dengan soalan. Okay, and if you want to give, if we want to give 5 marks, 5/5, make sure that your essay makes that the reader is ensures that the reader is fully informed. Okay, which means try to elaborate, give examples, bagi dia punya definitions and so on. Pastikan kamu punya essay tu cukup maklumat. Okay, how to get that? Try to use the WH question. Dekat mana? Where, what, why, how, when and so on. Okay, so masukkan itu saja dalam kamu punya sentences and then the readers will be fully informed. Okay, so the tips over here is you have to elaborate. Okay, elaborate, kembangkanlah isi kamu. Okay, content senang. Okay, so basically if for example, kalau dalam email for example, kamu diberi, tak adalah, okay, jap, email. Okay, contoh yang saya bagi contoh tadi, yang bubble map. Okay, kalau contohnya diberi 6 bubble, okay, you are given 6 bubble, however you only answer 4. Oh sorry, answer 4 is still okay lah. However if you answer only 2, okay, kembangkan 2 saja, that one will affect your content. Okay, nak content banyak, you have to at least, like I said, okay, 3/4, mesti lebih daripada 4. Okay, 4, kalau diberi 3, mesti at least, kalau 3 tu memang kena tu lah, what you call elaborate all 3 lah. However, if it's 6, you have to at least elaborate 4 or 5. Okay, so this one is reader fully informed for you to get 5 marks. Okay, next one is the communicative achievement. Okay, so this one is how you are going to write it so that the readers, your essay holds the reader's attention. Okay, best tak essay kamu? Kalau tak best, mengantuk, okay, so this one will be lowered lah. Okay, next one is straightforward. Okay, yang ini saya cakap idioms tu. Okay, so if you want to write idioms, proverbs and so on, make sure it is like sesuai. Mesti sesuai dalam perenggan, dalam ayat dan dalam karangan tersebut. Okay, so especially if it is informal type of essay, okay, for example a recount, kamu boleh masuk idioms. However, for something that is formal, okay, ingat tak, formal, ada formal tu adalah benda yang rasmi, things that you send to your teachers, things that you send to your principal or your boss for example, jangan masukkan idioms ataupun proverbs. Okay, sebab kalau yang rasmi, kamu tak akan bagi what you call idioms. What is idioms? Peribahasa. Okay, yes, peribahasa. Takkanlah kamu nak bagi peribahasa pada cikgu kamu. Okay, harapkan for example, pecah kaca, pecah kelas, sudah baca harap balas. Kamu boleh bagi macam tu ke kat cikgu kamu? Tak kan? Okay, so you do not put any idioms, don't put any idioms, proverbs and so on if it is a formal essay. Okay, formal essay, the ones that you send to your principal and teachers. However, if it is informal, for example, macam article or recount, a letter to a friend, and for example, you can, okay, as long as it is suitable to be placed in that paragraph, okay, in the essay. Okay, yang ni lah, this one, formal and informal. So you have to identify what type of language you are going to use. Is it formal? Is it the language that you are going to use to your teachers? It is different with the language that you use with your friends. Okay, so formal is more polite. Okay, bahasa yang kamu gunakan untuk dengan cikgu kamu lebih sopan. It is more polite. If it's informal, it is more friendly. Okay, friendly, lebih macam senang dibaca oleh kawan kamu lah. So, for communicative achievement, make it simple. Untuk bahasa Inggeris, dia tak ada ayat bunga-bunga. Okay, dia tak ada yang pepatahan letak tak apa-apa yang bunga-bunga lah. So, English, dia more to straightforward. Okay, dia suka lagi suka straightforward. Okay, the third one is organization. Okay, organization, if you want to get full marks, sangat senang. Okay, so as long as your essay is well organized, you have all the paragraph, it is coherent. Okay, so coherent which means the flow from day 1 until day 3, dia macam flow dia cantik. Okay, dia tak lompat-lompat activity. Okay, so it is coherent. So how you are going to get this coherency? This one, cohesive devices and connectors. Ini Dalam bahasa Melayu, penanda wacana. So you have the therefore, first, second, thirdly, finally, therefore, moreover, furthermore, suddenly, and so on. Okay, so all of those are the cohesive devices. If you use them, you know how to use them and you know how to use them correctly, kacang, 5 out of 5 dapat terus. Okay, so use that. Okay, so this one organization will ensure that your essay will will flow smoothly. Okay, last but not least is the language. Okay, language ni yang kadang-kadang kamu dapat markah yang kesian sikit because semakin banyak pen merah digunakan, semakin kuranglah kamu punya language kamu. Okay, so this one, what you need to focus on are the 3 things, which is the vocabulary that you use, sesuai ataupun tidak. Is it suitable to be placed in that sentences? Okay, or is it suitable for that type of essay? The grammar that you use, are you using only one tenses? Present tense only, ataupun past tense only, ataupun kamu main campur-campur, present, past, present, past, present, past. And the last one is the spelling. So this is, please, bila kamu dah siap kamu punya essay, jangan tidur, please check your work. Okay, so please check your essay. If you find any spelling errors, grammar errors, vocabulary that you think that is not suitable to be placed in that sentence, make correction. Okay, do some editing. Okay, kamu kena edit sikit kamu punya karangan. Okay, so language. Okay, so nak dapatkan 20 markah ni sebenarnya untuk kamu punya PT3 punya level sangat-sangat senang. Okay, so let's go one by one. Okay, so this one is the assessment criteria for the content. Nak dapat full marks, this one. Content relevant to task, readers are fully informed. Relevant. Dia minta kamu cerita pasal holiday, kamu pun cerita pasal holiday. Full mark, okay? Target reader is fully informed. Kamu betul-betul ceritakan pasal holiday kamu, apa yang kamu buat, apa yang kamu makan, aktiviti apa yang kamu buat seterusnya, sebagainya. Content 5 out of 5. Okay? If you have elaborated enough content, easily you get 5. So this is why sometimes for PT3, most students tak pernah yang ada fail. Okay, kalau fail pun sebab dia tinggalkan kosong dia punya karangan. Tinggalkan kosong dia punya jawapan. Siapa yang jawab semua full, biasanya dia akan lulus. Okay, so for content, for example, this one. Okay, if you want to get 5 marks, sample sentences, we should buy him a chocolate cake. I think it is his favorite. So which means you have to elaborate more about the cake. Okay, so if you want to just like 2, 3, 4, kamu macam apa ni, what you call? Buat ayat simple-simple je. Macam kamu tak nak je bercerita tentang cake tersebut. Okay, so we should buy him a cake, full stop. For this one, you get around 3 to 4 because we are not, the target reader is not fully informed. Jenis cake macam mana? Okay, kenapa beli cake and so on. So try to explain more, elaborate more on the content. Okay, so if it's about a cake, kenapa kamu beli? Kat mana kamu beli? Bila masa kamu beli? Okay, and so on. Okay, so if you do that, content 5 out of 5. Easy. Kacang. Okay, that is content. Okay, next. Okay, next is the communicative achievement. Okay, so this one communicates straightforward ideas and holds the reader's attention. If you want to get full marks, you have to make sure that your ideas is straightforward. Like I said, jangan bunga-bunga, jangan kamu membuatkan readers kamu fikir, kau tulis apa sebenarnya. Okay, so that one is the main idea of over here. Straightforward ideas. Make sure ideas kamu terus, when the readers read your sentences, they can understand. Terus dia akan faham. And it holds the reader's attention, which means try to make sure that your essays menarik. Okay, essay kamu menarik. Okay, so for example, sample sentence. Okay, so it was raining cats and dogs. Okay, like I said, idioms boleh digunakan. Okay, if you can. Because raining cats and dogs dengan berbanding dengan raining heavily, dia ada perbezaan sikit. Cats and dogs ni memang betul-betul lebat. So Peter ran as fast as his legs could carry him. So this one is the simile that is more suitable than this one. Peter ran home as fast as lightning. Okay, ingatkan dia ni flash ke apa? So this one tak sesuai. As fast as lightning, usually something to do with light and so on. Okay, so Peter, macam mana dia lari macam kilat, sepantas kilat? Tak, okay, kecuali kamu ada superpower. Okay, so this one, make sure straightforward ideas. How do you say? Kalau if the readers over here, okay, reads Peter ran home as fast as lightning, ada question mark dekat belakang ni. Ya, betul. Betul ke ni? Dan sebagainya. Okay, so straightforward. Okay, for this one, communicative achievement. 5 markah. Okay, so for over here, usually you get 4 to 5 as long as you use informal language and so on. Rasanya boleh dapat 4 ataupun 5 markah. Easy. Okay, next one. Okay, so next one is the organization. Organization. Text is well organized, coherent, using a variety of cohesive devices. Okay, ini yang penting. Sekejap. A variety of cohesive devices, which means bukan setakat kamu guna 1 ataupun 2 sahaja, celah-celah itu kamu masukkan, tetapi a variety. A variety which means you have a plethora or a lot. You use a lot of these cohesive devices. Bukan setakat 1-2 saja. Kamu pandai guna dan kamu banyak guna. So, sample of connectors or cohesive devices, if you use yang basic-basic yang semua orang biasa guna, but, so, because, and, firstly, furthermore, in addition, you get around 4. Okay? 3 to 4. Especially if you just use these things. But, so, because, or, and. 3. Kalau guna firstly, furthermore, in addition, lepas tu guna 1-2 saja, you get 4. However, you know how to use all of this. Furthermore, in addition, as a conclusion, on the other hand, in my opinion, subsequently, and you know how to use it, dan kamu pandai guna dan sesuai guna dalam perenggan kamu, you get 5 out of 5. So organization is one of the easiest mark to get. Okay, as long as the flow of your essay is nice, okay, it's coherent, well organized, and you have all these connectors and cohesive devices, 5 out of 5. Simple. Okay. And last but not least, okay, this one. Okay, so language. Nak dapat 5 out of 5, tak semestinya kamu guna bombastic word. Okay, which means perkataan-perkataan yang saya kalau baca pun saya kena cari kamus. Tak ada. Okay, so this one for PT3, a range of everyday vocabulary. Words that you use every day, words that you actually see on the news, on television, the words that you read, okay, in your books and so on, that you use every day, okay? And a range of simple, complex grammatical forms. Simple dengan complex, which means grammatical forms, which means kamu ada buat simple sentences and also complex sentences. Okay, complex sentences bermaksud kamu tambah lagi the adverbs, for example, dekat mana, the where, when, how and why, and so on. Okay, kamu panjangkan ayat tu jadi ada banyak information that you can actually give in only one sentence. Okay, so this is language. So always check and edit your work. If, for example, there is actually no 2 to 3 pen marks, okay, sometimes you can actually get 5 out of 5 for the language. Okay, semakin banyak pen merah, semakin kurang kamu punya language. Okay, so please check your work. Okay. Alright, so I think that is all. So for the what you call the criteria, assessment criteria, and also the marks. So do you have any question? Saya cuba jawab.
Okay.
Banyak.
Okay, ada from Putri Irene Adriana.
Okay.
Teacher, markah akan berkurang ke kalau bahasa Inggeris US dan UK bercampur dalam esei?
Okay, so for PT3 we don't we don't penalize the marks. Okay, so if you campur pun we will not perasan sangat lah. However, when you go to Form 4 and Form 5, yes, okay, especially for the SPM examination, yes, okay. English UK dengan US, we will actually penalize the spelling, okay, especially the spelling. Okay, for PT3, no. PT3, as long as the message is delivered to the readers, is still okay. Okay? Alright.
Okay. From Jaya Lakshmi.
Okay.
If you write the essay more than 120 words, our mark will be cut or not?
No. Okay. Your marks will be cut if the more that you make the mistakes. Okay. Kalau 120 perkataan, kamu buat sampai 200, 200, 300, no mistakes at all, you can actually get perfect marks. Okay. So make sure, kalau boleh janganlah panjang-panjang, sebab itulah kalau panjang-panjang lagi banyak kesalahan. Tapi kalau kamu tak ada kesalahan, tak apalah. Okay. And one more thing is that the time, you have limited time. You have only 30 minutes for your essay. So jangan tulis panjang-panjang. Takut kamu tak cukup masa. Okay? Right.
Okay. Ada soalan daripada Joyesh ni tentang dia tanya tentang coherent ni. Tadi dah di-explain Cikgu Aida dah explain tadi. How many paragraph do we have to write from Alisha Kumaira?
Okay, so how many paragraph do you have to write? So basically, if it's an essay, note expansion, the list is 3. Okay, so you have the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. The list itu adalah yang paling kurang. The most that you can write, whatever you want. Okay, so boleh saja sampai 5, 6, 7. Okay, so sometimes each paragraph cuma ada 2-3 baris pun tak apa. Okay, so as long as the dia punya idea tu kamu dah pandai pecahkan kepada paragraf tersebut. Okay? Ya. Yeah.
Okay. Apa tadi teacher, how how about it is because?
It is because. Okay, is this about cohesive device? It is because that one is included in your what you call the complex sentences. This one is actually language. Dia tak ada kaitan dengan organization. Okay, organization all the what you call the penanda wacana lah. This one is it is because it's a complex sentence. Okay, ini boleh tambah dalam kamu punya language, bukan organization. Okay.
Alright, from Siva Ganesh. The questions will be inspired from Pulse 2 book or based on teachers or creators' own idea. Any Pulse 2 book titles included?
Pulse 2, kamu form 3 kan? Form 3 is everything about what you call close up. Okay, so all the themes, all the topics is based on your close up book. Okay, so sekejap, saya ada siapa kat dalam sini, saya nak bagi soalan bocor sekejap, boleh tak? Okay, nampaknya Cikgu Ezlin dia dengan Cikgu Rozali je ada kat sini. Okay, saya bagi soalan bocor. Okay, so please for your essay, okay, jangan bagi tahulah yang tak join, padan muka yang tak join hari malam ni. Okay, so untuk essay kamu, can you please read unit 9 of your close-up textbook. So look at your close-up textbook, unit 9 is the theme for your essay. Itu saja yang saya boleh tahu, bagi tahu. Okay, boleh? Okay. Jawapan tak boleh? Mana boleh bagi tahu jawapan? Okay.
Tiba-tiba laju je dekat chat ni bila cikgu nak cakap soalan ni.
So please,
Okay, kita nampak tadi macam ada Madam Tila dengan kita.
ada Madam Tila, alamak. Dah terbagi soalan bocor.
Madam Tila ada bersama kita lagi tak?
Ada.
Okay, Madam Tila, is anything you want to say?
No, Aida already cover everything.
Okay. Alright, any more questions, students? Kena tanya ni. Rugi ni. Lepas ni dah tak boleh tanya lagi. Malam ni je Cikgu Aida available untuk tanya.
No.
Teacher Amir tanya. Markah keseluruhan kan 60. Yang 40 mana dapat?
60. No, the overall is I think 50. 50.
yeah.
So 30 for the reading and 20 for the essay. Okay, so 50 jarab 2 lah. Okay, so you times 2, you get 100 marks.
Okay, Amir. Menjawab soalan tu. Ada lagi tak yang nak tanya? Boleh ni raise hand ataupun type di chat box.
If
Kalau
you have,
ada lagi.
Kalau tak boleh, tak boleh fikir malam ni, besok-besok nanti boleh tanya cikgu kamu dalam kamu punya. Unit berapa? Diam. Yang lain diam. Jangan bagi tahu.
Tiada syarat ulangan dia, harap maklum.
Tiada syarat ulangan, yes.
Berapa perenggan tadi cikgu?
Berapa perenggan? So for that one, it depends on your what you call your content points lah. If you have a lot of content points, you can actually write until 5 to 6 paragraph. Tapi kalau content points kamu, your isi kamu tak cukup, 3. The least paling minimum adalah 3 paragraph.
Okay, ada lagi ke?
Kalau tak ada apa-apa, tanya dia cikgu bahasa Inggeris kamu dalam Telegram pun boleh. You PM your teachers. Okay. Alright.
Okay, dia kata semua dah clear. So kita back to moderator Alia.
Okay, thank you very much.
Alhamdulillah,
Okay,
thank
so moderator. Okay.
Alhamdulillah, thank you so much, Miss Aida, for the guidance and insights. Hopefully, we can do our best and pass with flying colors. Now, I would like to hand over this session to Cikgu Nur Azlin for the lucky draw slot.
Okay. Terima kasih Cikgu Aida. Penerangan yang jelas dan juga Madam Tilaga. So malam ni bertuah lah ya. Lebih kurang 200 lebih tadi bersama kita. Kita jejak 200 lah ya sebab campur dengan guru-guru dalam ni ada beberapa orang cikgu. Okay, Cikgu Rozali, kita nak terus dengan cabutan bertuah ke Cikgu Rozali nak umumkan dulu peserta aktif untuk slot BM?
Boleh juga.
Okay, silakan Cikgu Rozali untuk mengumumkan siapakah murid yang bertuah itu.
Okey, untuk malam semalam Untuk malam semalam kami dah bincang dengan cikgu-cikgu yang lain. Murid paling aktif ialah Alia Natasha. Moderator kita. Okey, tahniah diucapkan. Alia. Okey, dan yang kedua ialah Yang kedua ialah Josh. Joash. Josh. Dari kelas mana
3 Al-Farabi.
3 Al-Farabi. Okey.
Josh ni bertuah ni semalam pun dia dapat jawatan bertuah kan? Betul tak? Josh?
Betul cikgu.
Okey okey.
Okey. Alia bertanya 7 soalan dan menjawab 4 pertanyaan guru. Josh bertanya 3 soalan dan 4 pertanyaan guru. Jadi cikgu memang ada catat siapa yang bertanya, siapa yang menjawab soalan, cikgu akan catat kat sini. Jadi kita akan berikan murid paling aktif setiap malam 2 orang. Tahniah diucapkan. Okey, teruskan.
So Alia 3 Bukhari tadi kan? 3 Bukhari ya?
Ya betul.
Okey, Josh tadi 3
Al-Farabi.
Al-Farabi. Okey. Hadiah kita akan sampaikan nanti di sekolah Okey, tahniah. Yang lain jangan risau, ada kesempatan lagi, kita ada lagi 3 malam. Malam ni Cikgu Rozali rasanya tengah dia teropong-teropong lah tu Siapakah pemenang yang bertuah ataupun murid yang bertuah untuk malam ni. Okey, dah ready untuk lucky draw? Siapa yang dah dapat semalam, kalau nama dia naik, kita bagi peluang kat orang lain tau. Okay, sekejap kita share dulu. Oh, ada yang baru isi kehadiran sekejap saya tambah. Okey, kita akan pilih 5 orang sama seperti malam semalam. Okey, pertama, siapakah murid yang bertuah pada malam ini? Nur Suzuwani. Ada tak? Nur Suzuwani binti Nasir. Kelas mana ni? Raise hand kalau ada. Ke dah terkeluar sebab line tak okey? 3 Hayan. Ada ke? Okey, Wani Wana. Oh, itu nama glamour dia. 3 Hayan Okey, tahniah. Okey, kita removekan supaya orang lain boleh dapat peluang. Okay, next. Yang kedua. Siapa orangnya? Alisha Erina binti Fazil. Ada Alisha? Okey, Alisha. Alisha 3 Ghazali Okay. Alright. Ada lagi 3. Teruskan berdoa. Mungkinkah nama anda yang akan naik? Okey, siapakah yang ketiga bertuah pada malam ini? Lelaki ke perempuan? Yong Chun Ji. Ada tak? Yong? Yeah, ada di situ. Kelas mana ni?
3A Biruni.
Alright, 3 biru ni. Tahniah bersama kita sampai habis. Okey, dah berapa tu? 3 So lagi 2. Siapakah yang bertuah? Lelaki ke perempuan? Bu Aniswari. Anak perempuan Garnison. Ada? Bu Vaniswari? Oh, okey. Kelas mana ni? Bu Vi kelas mana? 3 Khaldun. Okey, Hayan sudah, Ghazali sudah, Biruni sudah, Khaldun sudah. Okey. Last but not least, siapakah yang bertuah untuk hari Isnin? Alright. Siapa tu? Muhammad Aizat bin Ahmad Nazaruddin. Mana Aizat? Ada ke? Tu dia. Wah, profile picture dia menyeramkan. Aizat kelas mana?
3 Al-Fatih tu.
3 Al-Fatih. Oh, so malam ni kita ada pemenang daripada 5 kelas yang berbeza. Alhamdulillah. Tahniah. Okey, yang lain jangan putus asa. Kita ada lagi 3 malam, 3 slot lagi So, Ibu ulang sekali lagi. Penerima Lucky Draw malam ini Nur Suzuani 3 Hayan, Alisha Erina 3 Ghazali, Yong Chanji 3 Biruni, Bu Vaniswari 3 Khaldun, Muhammad Aizat 3 Al-Fatih. Okey, ada bantahan? Mandi bunga dulu. Besok masih ada. Don't worry. Okey, so Cikgu Rozali ada apa-apa nak disampaikan sebelum kita melabuhkan tirai kita untuk malam ini? Sebenarnya attendance malam ini lebih ramai berbanding semalam. Tahniah semua.
Okey, Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Cikgu nak cakap sikit je terima kasih kepada yang dihormatilah penceramah kita pada malam ni, Cikgu Aida. Terima kasih banyak-banyak kerana berkongsi ilmu. Diharap semua murid yang hadir pada malam ni mendapat manfaat dan akan dapat cemerlang dalam periksa yang akan datang. Okey, tahniah kepada yang hadir pada malam ni, makin ramai nampaknya 200 lebih.
Cikgu Rozali kena kempen tu besok tu. Subjek
lebih.
apa? Subjek apa tu besok agaknya?
Malam esok harap 250 harapnya. Okey, kempen lagi dekat kawan supaya datang. Okey, terima kasih cikgu-cikgu kaunselor, cikgu Tilaga kena hadir. Malam ni kita dapat bersama dengan pengetua memberi motivasi. Cikgu Najdah tadi ada juga beri motivasi. Okey, tahniah. Terima kasih kepada moderator Alia, Hadi yang baca doa. Okey, terima kasih yang semua terlibat pada malam ni Okey, diharap semua mendapat manfaat. Okey, terima kasih semua.
Okey, silakan Cikgu Amhani.
Sekejap, Cikgu Azmin saya nak umumkan terus boleh?
Okey, silakan.
Saya nak umumkan murid acting pada malam ni terus, boleh?
Okey, sila.
Okey, yang pertama ialah Jawash. Jawash lagi yang menang semalam dia menang, hari ni pun menang.
Wah.
Murid paling aktif.
Oh, kita tak kisah dia menang banyak kali pun boleh
Boleh, maksudnya paling aktif malam ni.
Maksudnya yang lain kena bersaing dengan Joash lah. Nanti besok malam dia aktif lagi
Okey. Dengan 2 jawapan, dia menjawab soalan cikgu tadi dan juga 5 soalan. Banyak bertanya soalan ni. Tu Jawash
Okey, tahniah.
Tu malam betul-betul. Tahniah Jawash. Dari kelas mana Jawash ni?
Josh 3 Al-Fatih ke?
Farabi.
3 Farabi.
3 Al-Farabi.
Farabi.
Ya, teruskan Josh. Okey. Dan yang kedua ialah Mitra Devi Mahendran.
Mitra ada dalam ni lagi? Mitra ada? Raise hand. Ada.
Mitra Devi kelas mana
Mitra kelas mana? Khaldun.
Khaldun. Okey. Tahniah, teruskan usaha. Jadi anugerah murid aktif ni tiap malam boleh orang yang sama. Asalkan awak aktif banyak bertanya, banyak jawab soalan. Okey.
Okey.
Terima kasih.
Cikgu Amhani silakan. Pesanan daripada Cikgu Amhani.
Okey, terima kasih Cikgu Azlin. Terima kasih kepada Alia dan juga Nur Hadi. Terima kasih juga pada Cikgu Rozali. Sedikit kata-kata untuk anak-anak. Okey, bahasa ini kalau kata bahasa Inggeris ni memang bukan salah satu daripada subjek wajib untuk lulus dan sebagainya untuk tahun ini. Tapi tahun depan kita tak tahu. Cuma apa yang saya minta, setiap apa yang awak belajar, okey, terutama daripada segi bahasa, ini akan membuka lebih banyak ilmu untuk awak. Sebab melalui bahasa, kita dapat meneroka ilmu yang kita tak dapat hanya dengan satu perkara. Jadi walaupun kita memartabatkan bahasa Melayu, bersedialah untuk belajar bahasa lain juga. Itu sahaja. Terima kasih.
Okey, terima kasih Cikgu Amhani. Cikgu Najda.
Okey, sedikit daripada saya. Terima kasih kepada semua pelajar yang hadir pada malam ni, termasuk yang mungkin baru je masuk untuk malam ni juga. Teruskan setia selama lagi 3 malam dan cuba dapatkan aktif dan juga mungkin bertuah ke mana tahu untuk malam esok dan malam seterusnya. Dan dengar dengan sebaiknya apa saja taklimat yang diberikan oleh guru-guru awak lah. Okey, sekian. Terima kasih.
Okey, terima kasih Cikgu Najda. Cikgu Liana.
Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Tahniah dan syabas kepada semua murid yang hadir pada malam ni. Terbaik, attendance masih lagi terbaik. Tahniah juga diucapkan kepada Teacher Aida kerana bersemangat dalam mencurahkan ilmu yang pada saya padat dan kompak lah untuk anak-anak murid tingkatan 3. Semoga esok semua semakin terus bersemangat. Dan tahniah juga kepada para pemenang dan pelajar yang aktif. All the best. Bye-bye.
Okey, terima kasih Cikgu Liana. Okey, kita nak umumkan untuk pelajar yang mungkin semalam tak sempat masuk ke slot bahasa Melayu, Cikgu Amhani telah pun mengupload video semalam di YouTube sekolah kita. Jadi bolehlah siapa yang nak buat ulang kaji semula, nak tengok balik, boleh pergi kepada YouTube channel sekolah dan tonton semula rakaman untuk bahasa Melayu dan rakaman untuk malam ini juga akan diupload Cikgu Amhani
Ya,
di
insyaAllah.
YouTube sekolah.
Nanti kita akan post juga dalam grup kelas lah.
Okey, terima kasih Cikgu Amhani. Okey, kita serahkan semula kepada moderator. Silakan Alia.
Alhamdulillah, congratulations to all the winners. As the saying goes, for every beginning there is an ending. And now the session has come to its end. Once again, thank you everyone for gracing our session with your presence. We truly appreciate it. On behalf of the organizing committees, I would like to apologize if we have done any mistakes throughout the event. I hope you will put into practice the lessons from this event. There's no point in coming to an event like this unless you do something with the lessons. See you tomorrow for a science workshop with Cikgu Rozali bin Aloy. I call it a day by saying wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Okey,